before I came to YouthBuild, I was staying home, but I was still looking for a school to go to. I stepped out of school because I have a baby, and during that time period, like I was just like a stay home mom or mom that stays home, and I brought to my house a friend that started to live with me, and she was attending to a high school that I believe it was a charter school as well, and then someone came with pamphlets and gave her a pamphlet that had information about YouthBuild. So she was a really like a nice friend at the moment, and then she brought me the pamphlet and she told me, oh, you've been looking for this. They went to the school and then they were passing out this information, so I really wanted to share it with you. And I was cooking at the moment, so I was just like, oh, that's great, I will just check it in a little bit. So she shared some of the details with me, and then after I finished doing what I was doing, I just gave a phone call, and everybody was helpful, so I enrolled immediately after. After I enrolled in YouthBuild, like I could notice both, like the difference between the high schools that I have attended to that didn't work, even though I tried multiple high schools, like in Hollywood, South LA, and every zip code. Like I was trying to look for like help for me to like understand the language, because at the moment I couldn't speak any English, and I was also trying to understand how was like every class in here, because I didn't have any idea. I would literally step inside of each classroom and I would feel lost and I wouldn't have no help. I would try to ask some questions, but then there was not really a support. And I tried tutoring in the early mornings and even after school, but it didn't work. And then the years passed, even before I had my baby, and I never learned the language or I didn't understand the classes. But when I enrolled in YouthBuild, I had a very good principal and an amazing, not only the staff but teachers, which was like a family to me. It was very heartwarming, and it was that good that I learned the language in 1 year. From 2016 to 2017, I learned the language, and I ended up discovering like things that I didn't know I could do. Sometimes some people have certain talents that they can't see because they are probably in the wrong place or with the wrong people or in the wrong environment. But YouthBuild to me was not only like a home and not only like a family, it was also like taking out something from my eyes, because I couldn't see anything that they were able to discover and then encourage me or to do like better, and then to discover every talent that I could have, like poetry, learning quickly, like the language. I think that 1 year I'm even saying it like that's too much of a time, but it was shorter, the period of time that I learned and graduate from school. It was just perfect. Also, during the time that I was in YouthBuild, I think that I learned that I could help the community with the abilities that they were able to teach me or guide me through. And we had many projects, but one of them was beautifying the community. So I learned how to use like the painting gun, and we were like cleaning all the streets. I also learned construction, and we used to go do like apartments and fix the floors and actually cut like wood. I learned carpentry, I learned like construction, I learned how to paint walls and fix or beautify the community. I learned gardening. It was just great because we were like, I learned that I could be not an introvert like I always thought I was. I became an extrovert to help others and to unify with my classmates, because it was not like you made groups of friends. It was all the classroom was my friends, my community, and we all were like encouraged to help the neighbors or like any other community, because we were located in South LA. So we did a lot of like changes in there, and it felt very exciting. I also think that my interaction with everybody in there, like my teachers, because we had different teachers like math, English, history, and science. It was very specific. We would put attention to us in groups and also one by one. Even if we have differences, they will like try to help it and change that. But if I was struggling in something personal in the classes or anywhere else, they will be right there to guide me and to like teach me, not to give me the solution, but to teach me how to solve it by myself. Even so, whenever they were not there, I would be great by myself, and I could still like fix things and solve or think, instead of just like feel desperate or anxious. Even though like right now as an adult, it's just many things are different, but I think that many of the skills that I have learned with my teachers, my principals, and all the staff in there were very helpful, including not only for when I was in high school, but when I went to college, because that helped me with the classes that I was taking in there, to fill out forms and to learn how to like share conversations and ask questions with the rest of the classmates and the people out there. Want to share that the teachers there to notice at our class, I mean in our school, that there was a lot of students that were struggling not only mentally, emotionally, or in the class. Sometimes they were trying to change because they were seeing the effort that was put into like with us. So they were trying to change from getting in trouble out of the street. They were trying to stay at school, and the teachers started to notice that the students didn't want to go, so they volunteered to stay, and they created this time or space for us to stay at the after classroom, like after classes, to play with us. So instead of letting us go, they will have like activities for us, like building catapults out of wood or whatever we can use to compete and stay inside, having fun and creating instead of making trouble outside. They will play sometimes like hide and seek, and many of the students actually never had like this type of environment in their house. Some of them didn't have a family, or maybe their parents already passed away, or some of them grew up with their grandparents or with an uncle, but it was not the same, it was not like a regular childhood. So the time that the teachers were giving to us were like very valuable to all of us, because some of us have never like played with like an adult, or even though we were like old enough or considered an adult, it was truly important to have those moments, because that is not only charming for us in the daily basis at the time, it was also like a push to make a change, something else that was even going to our head, or that was getting us out of trouble from anything and everything that was happening outside. After YouthBuild, I was not just let go like that. Oh, you graduated, you can just go. It was not like that. It was more like they were there even after to fill out paperwork with me or to teach me how to do it, and they were like taking me to college which I choose to go to Santa Monica College, and then they were supporting me. They drove me all the way to Santa Monica. They toured me all the way in Santa Monica. They helped me with any question. I could simply just call them or just visit my teachers, even though I was not like a student in there anymore, and they will help me with essays or answering questions of any other class. My teachers were very supportive. And now, well, at the beginning I didn't know, because in Santa Monica College, since we are considered adults, we're supposed to go to a counselor. But even now that I am still in Santa Monica College, I still ask for help to Miss Emily and to all the staff that is like currently working for YouthBuild. And I am at the moment 31. When I graduate, I was in my 20 something. I don't remember how I was, but yeah, they helped me then and then also now. Sometimes there is moments where people feel like there is not options, they can't find anything, and sometimes people is disencouraged. But those are things that tend to happen at some point in life. That's how I felt. And by attending to YouthBuild, I think that many things will be changing in your life. So if you are looking for a diploma and for learning work skills, getting paid in many occasions and programs, YouthBuild is like the biggest opportunity of your life, because it's not because I am in YouthBuild, it's not because I was in YouthBuild, it's because I experienced that myself. And when I didn't have no family, when I was feeling alone, when I was feeling sad, when I felt like I didn't have no option anymore, that I was too old to graduate, I found YouthBuild. And I think that it just changed my life. And it's not like I am trying to do it as a commercial. It's just my experience, and I know that it's also from many other students and alumni that came here. So everybody's invited to YouthBuild. Also, I think that there is many students that at the moment in different sites are struggling with housing. They don't come from like the traditional household that is fully supported. They sometimes are foster youth, and they are in very unsafe situations after they come from school. But helping them will be a good, like with anything, will be a good resource for them, because some of them don't have somewhere safe to sleep, some of them don't have no food to get like quickly or instantly. They know of many places, but not all the places that they go to are open at the same time. Sometimes they have to do a waiting list, and then they have to just wait until they are called. Some of the students sometimes struggle with food whenever we're on vacations, so they have to also be a member of certain places. And some of our students are also immigrants, so they are very scared right now to go outside because they do not feel safe at all, and it's very understandable. But there is a lot of things that put them in danger once they are out of school, even if it have to do with like nowhere to go, like to rest, to do their homework, to sleep, to eat, or anything like that. And funds will always be. By donating to the building Hope Crisis Fund, will be helping students to have a safe place to stay, to help them with groceries, if it's helpful for them, clothing. Also, they sometimes need rights right now that ICE is outside and they are undocumented. It will help them to go to safe to different places, And there is like ways that we like, by providing them with any donation, will be they will be fully supported. In YouthBuild, many of our classmates didn't know how to interact with each other, but our teachers actually guide us to how to interact with each other and how to understand each other, because behind each person there is a story, and even though there is difference, it doesn't mean that it can be like put together and then work for a better good. It's like it was many reasons why we learned to unify, not only as classmates but as a family. And it was like the skills that the teachers taught us. We started by sharing food, learning about ourselves with music, or like having teams first, and then we will learn that without each other we cannot like do much, because there is like we can do great by ourselves, and it's not like we cannot do anything alone. It's just like without the rest of the people that exist in our classroom or in the world wouldn't be the same. And those are skills that we learn at YouthBuild, and the staff really focus on teaching us, because that made us build our own culture and our own like safe space, not only for like learning in classes or helping the community. It was more like a skill that we all learn after being like trouble before, going to courts, or like making bad decisions. That unity and strength that they taught us to have with each, like by having each other, was very supportive, and that changed not only my life but everybody else's